And of course, this is a moment that I've been really anticipated for a long time because I've been talking to this brother for quite some time now about why don't you come on the platform and explain to people who are in the music business about this thing we call music business. But let's track back a little bit before we even talk about the music business. We're gonna play some songs with Chekx. Chekx the entertainer. And the reason why I'm gonna play some songs is because he himself is also an artist that are trying to merge on the scene and doing everything and learning the business of music. In other words, to explain to people what are the challenges that we have within our industry and why is it that we cannot move forward and see growth like what most other people who are in the music business are seeing out of the business, why it is and what we need to do, in other words, to get to the level, in other words, to get clarity to our business. Here is Chekx the entertainer. Me call him entertainer. We'll lead out with a prayer. We are talking about Chekx.
A prayer a day, chase the devil away. Put me trust in a God, me no care what them say. While them hating on me show them love anyway. They never gonna see me fail. Make them go see the chat, the Father God got me, call them ungodly, me hold them gladly. Make them go see they pray me negatively. See, Father God got me, so me a swirl like the birds and the bees. Father God got me, so me a flow like the deep blue seas. A prayer a day, chase the devil away. Put me trust in a God, me no care what them say. While them hating on me show them love anyway. They never gonna see me fail. Remember who God bless, no man curse. Them now live, see me drive in a earth. Much less good on in a dirt, and bury in a earth. What you reap is what you sow. Sow good seeds and let it grow. Bless my Lord and let it show. And bless my haters too.
This is Chekx on Shem Music FM. Stay tuned for the convo.
Jamaica wake up, Sweden wake up, the whole world wake up. As you wake up, you have to give thanks, give thanks. You wake up, you have to give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks with Father God blessings, give thanks. Give thanks, give thanks for all his life blessings. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks for Father God blessings. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks for all his life blessings. As me rise in the morning before me wash my face, clasp my hands and fall upon my knees. Then to the Lord me give all my praise. Pray for my family and me enemies. I praise you for the God, you are the King of every king. Thank you for the love, you are my all and everything. Protect me from the people who want to take my life away. Cause if they take my breath, they cannot take my soul away. Wake up, you have to give thanks, give thanks. You wake up, you have to give thanks, Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks for Father God blessings. Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks for all His life blessings. Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks for Father God blessings. Give thanks.
Trust me. If that was a record, it will be playing every day for me. We have to give thanks for the blessing of the Almighty at each and every time. I'm glad that we started on this note, because at the end of the day, it comes right back down to what are you living for and who are you living for and what are the purpose that you came here to serve and to do. And for most people, don't really find their true purpose till way down in their life. Some people start early and some people have a vision of what they really want to do. Some people just know what they want to do because it's from birth. It's like them start, it's like when you see a baby start play with small doctor's instrument and things like that, and a test heartbeat and a do pandali and you know say she a think about to be a doctor. Straight. So we give thanks for Father God blessings each and every time, right?
Blessings. Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks for all His life blessings.
This is radio, Shem Music FM. What radio mean to you?
Of course, we're here in studio and we're live right now, up and live with the man himself. Arrived yesterday. A matter of fact, day before yesterday, he arrived in Jamaica. And we've been anticipating this moment for a long time. I would say, we're going to make a full thing out of it, a full day, just to get the news out to the people and get the message out. The most important thing is to get the knowledge out to folks who really wanted to be in the music business. Of course, our second special guest today in studio is Hawkeye. No long introduction are needed for that. Hawkeye, the man in the building. And the reason why I make him sit down in the chair too is because he's been asking me a lot of questions and he wants to know a lot. And any point, Hawkeye, in this conversation, you feel like you want to jump in and ask a question, and that's how we are bring the thing to. So, of course, we welcome to Shem Music FM and also Instagram. We welcome to you the man himself, Chekx, in the building. May I show the people my little piece here, because they don't really see a lot. But I'm going to share the spotlight a bit, right? Right, famous? It's only right that me share the spotlight. So, of course, as we talk to Chekx, we want people to kind of focus and zoom in on them as we ask the questions. And, of course, we're playing some music and things. So, since as we're on the topic of music, Chekx, welcome again. Oh, hold on. Uh-oh, sorry. I don't think... okay, go ahead now. Yeah. Welcome, Chekx.
Yeah, man, give thanks, man. Give thanks. That was a very beautiful introduction, Star. So
what? No, because you see, it's hard for me to really talk to you because you wear so many different hats. And
well, I said it ago, you know what I'm saying? We have to just work and put in the work, and these are just things I'm passionate about. And I've always been passionate about technology. So anything with technology, that's just me, you know what I'm saying? So
I have to say this, for a person who has been playing around music for a long time, and not just that, but to be intricate in music in terms of the production standpoint, in terms of writing, in terms of a lot of different things that you do. What actually draw your attention to music?
All right. So from I was around like 15, 16 years old, I had a little brethren. His name was Jack Ashan. So I make 3 beats, you know what I'm saying, and going down the road, I'm hearing him sing, you know what I'm saying. I'm like, but him can't sing, man. So I decided that I wanted to manage him, you know what I'm saying. So now I have beats when I have no studio. So I had to go and find studio, you know what I'm saying. Leave country, go all the way up Portmore, gone on the grill, you know what I'm saying, just trying to work with other producers who make beats to get him to put songs on them, you know what I'm saying. And that's how my journey started, the music. Okay,
so that's great. All right, so where were you from originally in Jamaica? Because sometimes we come from different parts of the island, but where in Jamaica were you born?
Yeah, I was born in Kingston,
Kingston?
But
yeah,
while
Kingston,
I was 1 year of age, my mom and my dad relocated to Clarendon in Spaldings, way up on the hills. Kind of similar view like this, nice spot. Spaldings, Clarendon. I grew up, you know what I'm saying, yeah.
Okay, so at that point, music wasn't involved. It was just you and parents going. What was it like for you in terms of growing up and stuff? Was it hard? Was it easy? Was it stressful? What was it about that time, you know, moving to Spalding from as a Kingstonian, because, you know, move up from, you know, the busy city of Kingston all the way up to Spalding in a bush. How that worked for you? What was the transition like?
It was beautiful, you know. Very, very beautiful. The spot, the community in Spalding where I'm from is like, you know, the community grow you. You know what I'm saying? Mommy and daddy was always married even before I came into the picture. Christian people say, you know, I forgot church every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Mommy's a dressmaker, my father's a farmer, so you know, I always have clothes on the back and I always have food.
So you said, man, you come out a rich family?
No. It was alright.
Yes, sir.
They make sure that the basic needs were there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Not rich, but you know, we share.
Yeah,
the community share. So like, you know, my father is a big farmer. So whenever I'm on him and everything, whenever I'm reap and him sell, then him still leave for the community. So who I am can come and get yam. I'm on over there have a lime tree, we'll get that from him. You know what I'm saying? And as a youth growing up, I have three brothers and one sister as a young one to see me. So I think that's where the music really start from, by listening, because my sister loves Celine Dion and Tony Braxton. My biggest brother now, him love DMX and, you know what I'm saying, the Ghost them and the Buju Banton. Him introduced me to the reggae side. And then we have another brother where him just love rap music, so, you know, Eminem. So I was introduced to many different dynamic of music. I know, say, mommy and daddy, gospel music all day, every day, you know, so.
Alright.
It was beautiful. So and then, you know, I grew up athletic to playing football and all of them things as kids, man.
Yeah, I see a look at thing like, you used to do soccer and thing like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
because when you say football, you have to be careful, because American football different from our one, you know. Because we kick ball with foot, so we just call it football. Yeah. In America, them hold it and run with it.
Yeah, man, that's true.
And 20 man jump on one man. Me not too lep on something there, brother.
No, but our football are the right football.
Are the right one, they no foot in.
They call it a handball or something, you know. We don't know what they come for call it football, but that's where still, you know.
Yeah, to each his own.
Yeah, which is one.
Alright. So we're gonna get down to the meat of the matter, because we've been having this talk for a long time now, quite some time. A lot of the things that I didn't know or wasn't aware of, I called you, you helped me with a lot of that. You helped me straighten out a lot of the publishing that was hidden that I couldn't find. Some things that I was really surprised by when I found them out myself, because then I was just thinking that, hey, you know, I'm with this company, everybody, they're gonna look out for me, they're gonna do the right thing, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, not knowing that I was really not knowledgeable about what is going on. So we build the gap and we build the bridge, and we join some that and cross some T's and get the thing moving. And you know, I see a vast difference in terms of that. So that brought me to this show that we're about to present today, about, you know, all different sides of the music. First thing first, you got the musicians, you have the idea, or the artist with the idea, and all of that. All of that comes together. When all of that comes together, nothing else never needed at that time, such as paperwork and all of that, until the project is finished. So when the project is finished, then, and you have everybody complete everything, and you know, mix down, and you're sure say this are the master now, then that's when you start put paperwork together. In terms of,
not necessarily. The paperwork supposed to come first from the get-go, because think about it. If I know that if I have a rhythm as a producer, right? And you're an artist, and I know that I want to put you on the rhythm and produce a song for you, it comes with me. I should ask you whether you have a PRO, you have publishing, and all of them things, and you know, we do the split sheet right there and then, even before we're going to the studio for recording. And
that's why I pitched the question that way, because I wanted you to do, not actually answer the question for you.
Right.
Because usually when you're doing a project, you're supposed to have everybody in a meeting before the project.
Exactly.
And then you should ask all the questions there to get the business side, because you know you're going to work together. That's what I'm saying. You know you're going to work together. You have interest in doing a song with Hawkeye. So therefore, your Hawkeye now going to sit down and talk about the business first.
Right.
Find out where the song is, because at the end of the day, a man can come with a song, but it's not complete.
Exactly.
As a producer. Exactly. So you know, have to know, see to that song reached maturity level.
Right.
In terms of where you want.
Yeah, man, most definitely. and this is how it should work too. So let's say using the same scenario now, let me continue on that, right? So me and you are gonna do a song. I'm the producer, you're the artist, right? So I know that I'm gonna get the 50% for the beat. And we are just talking about the composition. Because music really has two sides. You have the sound recording, and you have the composition. And for each side that you have societies that represent them and collect different royalties for them. So right now we're there at the composition. We're not talking about the sound recording, I say, right? And let's say now Hawkeye there and, you know what I'm saying, 1 and 2 little line assist, you know, to put you to get the song together before we finalize it. Then no, this is where now we can get him in the conversation, get his publishing, you know what I'm saying, information, get his writer's information, and credit him for that too. Because that's how it's supposed to work.
I want to say something, Chekx. Big up yourself.
Yeah, man, give thanks,
Big
man.
up singing melody. You don't know this is Hawkeye. You see me I say?
Yeah, man, that's what
All
you're
right,
supposed to
I'm going
work,
to show you a thing.
Yeah.
Whatever you're saying, you know, I mean, most artists don't even get that opportunity or even get a split of an idea of a feel like so them important when it comes down to, because when we come to the music business, most of it was like, you see these established producers.
Right.
So them make it seem as if you want go pound them rhythm, which yes is true, but at the same time, when you have a song that sound good, them want it to.
Right,
so them now show you the part, and when you know when them do make it seem like, oh, let me hear what you say and give a try and random record it, then we always we as artists always feel like so we owe them an obligation, and them now come and say, King, honestly, I like your song and you know Ryan because of your song and the way you think on the rhythm, me, you know, this is how it work. You like the rhythm and Ryan, me like your song, so at the two away in this, so me could put things together now, Ryan. They don't do none of that. Them having a place like say boy, them want you feel like say boy, you know, say the man them the king, or them are the done in a boy, the man
all
help
right.
me and Ray.
Yeah, so let me put a little light to that.
Right.
It works two ways. In music, you have to build relationship. You have to build good chemistry with producers and so on and so on. By right, a producer is what it sounds like. The same word, producer.
Right.
They're responsible for the project. They overseen the project itself.
Exactly.
So if it is their rhythm, because anybody could have been like, you can have multiple producers on one project, you know. Because suppose this man own the rhythm and him just want to put some artist on it, but him don't know for producer.
Right.
He just get somebody else
Exactly.
to assist him who is a producer.
Right.
Yeah.
That person was supposed to come in and sit down with you and explain. But you see, the thing is that the explanation is really where the problem is, because if you don't educate yourself.
Exactly. And I was about to touch on that
yes,
too. So I was just waiting for you to
let
hear
you. If you do not educate yourself about the business of music,
Right.
before you actually start to do business, this is where the problem is.
Right.
Because nobody's going to sit you down and
tell
teach you that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this is what happened to us back in the day.
Right.
We were happy to record. There wasn't no
Just
doubt.
full of talent and want get record out. We just want voice.
there.
Yeah. But you know what it is, so there's good and bad in everything still, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I truly believe that, you know, it is our responsibility as an artist, because when I started being an artist, which is like 3 years ago, right? The first thing, even before I recorded my first song, I went and I learned the business because I want to know how that part worked before I even, you know, go ahead. So it is really our responsibility as the artist to have a basic understanding of how, you know what I'm saying, the business part of the music works. Because think about it, you know, business without creativity is just like a waste of time. And creativity without business, that's like you setting up yourself for somebody else to use it, really and truly. But it's our industry, and we were supposed to really pull together and work with each other and help each other for really build this, because it's our industry and we need to protect it. And this is why I strongly believe that the music business in Jamaica, as the reggae and the dancehall, you know, we don't have much control over it. And you see everybody else come and take it, and all they do is the business. It doesn't mean that their songs are better, but them share with each other the information.
Them do the business.
They teach each other, and they do the business, and they do everything from the right way. So let's say if in an instance now, again with the same situation, because I like to use scenarios so, you know, we can follow up, right? Let's say, you know, we do the song, and the song go talking about the sound recording or distributed, and we never do no paperwork. I know the song go bust. everybody are going to run, grab and take no one. That is what caused so much split. You know what I'm saying? And so much, segregation in the business too. Because if the paperwork did right from the get-go, then everybody would all right, and you see royalties, and everybody is good, you know what I'm saying? But without that not being done, it caused a lot of rift in the industry too. Yeah, because when you look at the industry today, only for producer and I want to work with that one there, and it's not good.
And there's
it's
a flip side to that kind of Ramadan. Because guess what now? I realize that most of who in a music business from the early days, them don't want you know the business part. The longest you can take for go learn it and figure it out is better for them. You understand? Because them now put it to you and make you know, say, yo, this is the right way, and I look out for your cause. You understand? I say, it's not that, as I say, them always make it seem as if you owe them, put you in another position there. Make it seem like you must all, and every time them come with a rhythm, you feel glad to come go up on it. Because they put out the first song or them do something for you that you never do for them.
Yeah, but understand from this standpoint, again, Hawkeye, is that a producer is a producer. He's looking for talent every day. To him, unless you have something special, to him, the next talent is the next thing he might look for. Right. Always. Yeah, that's true. So his job is to make sure that whatever effort him have to put in and have boots an artist, make him know how good him is, him work hard for him, and that him going to do. Because guess what? Him know that he can create hit. He might look for success too,
Yeah, definitely.
The problem is that he doesn't have the time to teach you.
No, I'm not supposed to have the time to teach you.
No, I'm not supposed to be responsible for that. But this is where we go wrong. Yeah. This is where I think we go wrong as the artists. Well, if we don't, literally don't. I know like them can't read, but them just literally does not know, and them does not ask no question. Them not seek no information then. For instance, back in our days where computer was a luxury item. When you have a computer in your house.
You do melody. Me now cut you.
Yeah.
Them time you couldn't really ask them question. And them tell you, because nobody no want to give you no information.
No, but
I understand what you're saying.
But the concept which them have, which they all and that's what I try to explain to you. What they did is to use the dull moment to manipulate.
Exactly.
But you as the artist now, I think our job back then, and it's only because we didn't know.
No, me admit to you, say our job still no, but me I said to you in a melody. When you come in an arena, when where a certain people control it and raise, most of the time you don't want to do nothing to offend nobody because
them will blacklist you.
Exactly, and that me I talk about.
I understand.
When you feel like when you come in at the thing and look like you're smart and know what you're doing.
Can I tell you something?
Them no one deal.
But you know what? Because I hear Bella point and I hear your point, and I think, as I said, there's a flip side, and I agree with both of them. You know what I'm saying? Yep. But at the same point in time, a lot of those producers too, back them time, they never understood the business. Because when I check these repertory databases, majority of these masters, they sold them. Yeah. The white people come and buy it out and go with the music. They don't know the business either. No, I'm telling you facts. You understand? So that's why I listen and make sure I say, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, majority of them sell out the rights to my brother, so them not own it either. And a lot of them still ignorant about the business.
So we are going to fix it right now. We are going to break it down to the artist, to the producer, and also to music creators and players of instrument. Let's break it down piece by piece. What is the process of starting the music business? First thing. Because remember, it's a business and you have to start from somewhere. Where should one get started from? What is the first thing that any artist should do before actually meet up with a producer?
All right, so the first thing that an artist should have is a performance right organization, or we call them writer societies. You know
but if they don't have a release song?
They're supposed to have that. Everything is supposed to set up even before they release. You're not supposed to put your song out and then the registration after. No. You make sure that you have everything from the get-go. So that means, when you go or you link with a producer or then you're going to put a song out, all of that information is already there. So you have your PRO set up, you have your publishing company set up with your PRO also, and then it's good also to register the publishing company as a business because, again, as an artist, as a producer, anyone that is in music, you're a brand. So you have to look at yourself as that, And it's good to trademark a name You know what I'm saying? And, copyright your songs. But the first thing is the PRO, then publishing, and a publishing administrator, Sean,
All right.
are a publisher.
So I don't want you to run through them. I want to really get down in details, and this is why I have Hawkeye sitting in the seat as well, because
Right, but two men don't know much time. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I know.
But,
But
don't
I'm
worry
gonna
still,
break it
because I have a 34-step course.
Yes.
I have two courses. One is a 10-step course just for the music, and then I have a 34-step course where bring you through the market and everything. It's self-taught. All I have to do is read and just follow the instructions. You don't have to be even knowledgeable. The way I set it up thinking about, the dumbest person on the earth. All them have to do, look and click and just fill out the form.
All right.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get there too.
First, let's break down a PRO and what that means.
All right, so a PRO means Performance Right Organization. So when you join a PRO, what they do, they assign to you what is called an IPI number as a writer, right? And that IPI number is like a social security number in Jamaica. It's like a unique identifier number in United
For your
States.
business? For the business?
No, for the writer.
Right.
We
Oh,
don't reach
for
at the
writer.
business part yet.
Okay.
So we are break it down because, as I said, with the PRO, you can register your publishing company and you can register as a writer also. You know what I'm saying? So
Correct.
we talk about you doing the first thing, registering as a writer, and what's going to happen when you register with them. So they're going to assign to you what is called an IPI number. You know what I'm saying? And we have like 256 different PROs in the world. So you can't really join anyone where you really want to join or where you see, I have a couple recommended ones. All right. So when you have that, and then you have your publishing company registered with them also, that publishing company is assigned an IPI number also. Because what happens is when the PRO collect your royalties, they collect performance royalties only for you, because that's what they're really responsible for.
The
You know what I'm saying?
performance.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the publishing that comes to the PRO, they will not pay it out directly to you as the writer. That is why you need to have now a publishing company.
All
Or
right.
publishing registered with them.
So this is where a lot of artists get confused,
Right.
because they join a PRO. Oh, my new phone ringing. Sorry. They join a PRO, and in their mind, this is all that needs to be done.
No, my brother.
So stick up in. So what they do is really just join a PRO and say them have a publishing.
No,
So
I
they
say
don't.
word.
No, I know.
Yo,
But I
I
tell
know,
you what, this is where the confusion take place.
Yeah.
So the PRO is really just your performance rights.
Yes.
They just look out for your performance.
Yes. That's it.
Let's move now to publishing.
Right. All right. So
I did not say publisher. I said publishing.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So as I say, with the PRO too, you have to register a publishing company, because when they collect your publishing royalties, they will not pay it out to you as a writer. Some PRO are set up like that. And then it's your responsibility again when you're joining a PRO, read a little bit, read the fine print, see what they do. If you don't see the information on the website, majority of them, you can call them up. Their support line. You can ask questions too. Information is there now. We're living in an information age as far as that is concerned. So when you now register with them as a publisher now, right, or register your publishing company with them, that publishing company will be assigned a IPI number also. You know what I'm saying? That, whatever
Right.
publishing royalties come to you through your PRO, then they pay your publishing percentage there. Right? And that's how that part works.
So it's like an agent collecting your money for you.
No, the PROs are really, yes, pretty much. It's like an agent, but they're really non-profitable organizations. So they're funded by, majority of the time, the major film companies and all. Like in Jamaica, we have JCAP, but JCAP is associated with BMI now. You know what I'm saying? So what happens now, if you have JCAP, BMI will collect your publishing for you, send it to JCAP, they'll take for them look a cut, of course, and then them give you what you're supposed to get. So I recommend a lot of people to just, join BMI directly, because as I say, we live in an information age, and these platforms are there for everybody to use. So why not use them? You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So, that is how the PRO works. But when you register a song now with a PRO, you have to have your writer's name, your IPI number, your publishing company name, and your publishing IPI number. And every
also
person.
your splits.
And also, because the split sheet, when you're doing the split sheet, which is why you need to have these things before,
Yes.
all of this information has to go on the split sheet. So on the split sheet is going to show your writer's name, Up at the top, it show the artist, the title of the song, maybe the address and all of that. But it has to show the writer's name, the PRO that you're a member of, your IPI number, your publishing company name, the PRO that your publishing company is a member of. And bear in mind, you can't have a PRO with BMI and have a publishing company with ASCAP. It has to be with the same PRO also. So that's why, you do your research and choose carefully, get that out the way. You know what I'm saying? And then the publishing IPI number also. So that has to be on the split sheet for each individual that you're going to have to credit. So that is sometimes now, let's say...
Yeah, it's your information along with everybody else's information, along with everybody else's
information. So let's say now,
information.
you have your publishing company now set up, and let's say Hawkeye is your publisher, right? And you want to give him some publishing percentage. You can give him from the publishing side on the split sheet, because the writers are the people who really create it and come up with the ideas, who wrote the composition of the beat, and who write the lyrics of the song. And, that is what you register. So when you register that song now, that song is assigned what is called an ISWC code, and all other people is familiar with the ISRC. So ISWC means International Standard Work Code, and that is assigned to the title and the registration of the song. And that's what number. Exactly. That's a number that they track to find every single performance royalties and publishing royalties that is assigned. You know what I'm saying? To that song. So they'll pay you out the performance royalties directly as a writer, and as the publishing. Your publishing percentage go to the publishing side of your publishing company that you're supposed to set up. A lot of people don't want to do that for themselves. So if you can have a publisher or you can trust, that's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at an age like this, I recommend publishing administration.
I have to slow you down a bit. Me personally, I have to slow you down a bit.
Yeah, man, no problem, man.
Because you're so knowledgeable about these things, and you've been doing it for quite some time now, before even becoming an artist. And you've been helping a lot of artists in Jamaica to get this stuff together and things like this. So we talk regular. So we know the things there. But sometimes I have to slow you down. I have to say, Chekx, you know the thing. Explain it slower. Now, not everybody brain clicks. So when we touch the topic of a publisher,
right?
Because we just talk about publishing and what they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
And now, we move into a publisher now, because a lot of people, when they sign up and have a publishing company, they automatically thinking that the publishing company is going to take stuff from them, from elsewhere, and then just pay them out.
Doesn't work like that. Well, if you get a publishing deal, if you get a publishing deal,
that's a different thing.
Right, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole different
If you're getting a publishing deal, they can now know exactly where to hold the money and why they pay you off in full.
Right, most definitely.
But a publisher does something very unique. So that is what we want to touch on. We want to touch on why you need a publisher.
Right.
In other words, to administrate for you.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to touch on a publisher, and then I'm going to touch on publishing administration. But I'm going to talk about a publisher, which is an actual person, you know what I'm saying, that will administer your, your works for you. So what a publisher do, the publisher wouldn't register on the PRO as a writer. So they'll go on there and register their publishing company with the PRO. So whichever PRO you're a member of, if it's a BMI, they go and they register a publishing company with BMI in order to represent that artist. You know what I'm saying? And now they will be the ones that's going to register those songs for you. But what a publisher does, right? They join publishing administration. So that's why I'm saying, if you understand it, it's best you just skip the publisher, because at an age and time like this, technology is there. Use it to your advantage, because that's all the publisher do. Join the publishing administration and register these works for you, so you don't have to do it, and he'll take his cut. Now, bear in mind, the publishing administration will take their cut before it gets to the publisher, and majority of these publishers, what they're going to do is give you what is called a co-publishing deal, which means you have to assign your copyright to them. In order for them to collect these money and represent your work. You understand?
Wow.
So that is what a publisher do. So you ready to talk about publishing administration?
You what there? Because Hawkeye look from left to right.
No, why you think me there, Melody? I drive from Kingston Fall, come here and say, that bridge, I have to really meet him. And I mean, listening to him.
Remember me meet already too,
Yeah. Oh God,
Yeah.
man, you know, in this
So
place,
you know I got
we
to
see
say,
so much faces more time, and the man look different.
Yeah, you know.
Some more time we have to
Yeah.
introduce yourself and thing.
But this is good because I think Hawkeye is going through some turmoil.
Man, some turmoil, man.
Yeah, man, with his publishing and publisher understanding.
Right.
So it's really the understanding that you just explained a whole war tank
But
just
that
now.
is
Like, no, I know, yeah. So you unleash a while ago a tank
Right.
with bombs and big guns come out
Yeah, tell you,
and
man.
shoot down some people
War
and
tank
think,
and a
war
bag of
tank.
something.
So at this level now, I think Hawkeye have some questions because he didn't understand, in terms of what was going on. I mean,
Gotcha.
he's not seeing what he's supposed to see coming in. He's seeing crumbs, but it's not the crumbs that you would be smiling about. There's crumbs that you get it and you say it's okay, but something is wrong. I mean, my work should speak louder than
Just
this.
don't
Yeah,
smell
man.
right. You
You
know?
know, smell right.
Ask as much question as they want, me, General. I'm here, you know.
All right.
All right. One thing I know for sure.
Yeah.
I was, when I say kind of smart, as a youth, I coming on the music because me sign up with PRS before me even get popular as an artist.
Right.
So that for sure, me know, say, come sit down and listen and hear artists talk and I say, wait, I have to go sign up, that's something I read. Well, it requested at the time 3 songs. They had to have 3 songs out. Now, 2 mid-up bridging we used to try with me at school. When me I go school.
As producers.
Right,
Yeah.
as producers.
Right.
So me
Kinda
they
like
have
my
them
little
song,
story, my little
right.
bridging.
So
Yeah,
me
little
carry them
bridging.
song, they go put my name in the system and read. So I have that from day one.
Right.
However, like sometimes when you listen to other artists based on the songs and put out and stuff and you look at yourself and say, wait, then, I've never seen certain figures
Right.
on a statement and, sometimes I really wonder then, for artists like me who do all of these songs, how me no really see, you see some as
Popular
melody
songs
would
too.
say scrums.
You know what I'm telling me?
And you just
And
say,
I listen to
okay.
you from your little boy, so
Yeah, so boy, Jono, well, if other scrums of them say me deserve, then me just take your scrums and go about your business. You see what I'm saying? But me nah see things and PRS, MCPS. I'm with this publishing company.
But remember now, I hate to stop you, but try and go back and remember what was the first step. PRO. Only collects
the
performance.
royalties.
Right, because
Guys,
Not
PRS is
mechanically.
There's
performance.
13
Yeah.
different type of royalties in music,
13
And we're
different
talking
types.
about just the PRO now, and at least 15 different registration for each song. So we just a start, So
Are you serious?
no, I'm serious. I'm serious because what you have to understand when the publisher do that, that's the part that the publisher do for you in order. So that's why normally you'll see always more publishing royalties than performances. Because performances coming like from radio airplays and all of that stuff, music will play in an elevator, even up to the point where if you go to a show, even though you get booked and paid to perform on that show, you're supposed to send your set list back to the PRO in order to get your performance royalties.
Yes.
A lot of artists don't know that. A lot of artists
Never
Don't do that.
Never do that from a
You understand
band.
what I'm
I
trying
have
to
done
say?
it twice.
never done that from a band.
And I've
you
seen
would-
it on my statement,
Yeah.
and I learned from that. I was like, wow.
You have to pick up your slack, man.
Yeah, you have to pick up the slack because
Because
while you're performing, you're supposed to be getting paid, even though the promoter
you see the
pay.
overseas industries, they don't take none of these stuff for granted. No matter how much money they make sure they do everything. Because remember, as an artist, you don't get, you know what I'm saying, you don't have a social security. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You do not have a social security. So these monies are for that purpose and not just
Well,
for you.
in Jamaica.
But yeah.
In Jamaica. If you're an artist in Jamaica,
Right.
you don't consider having a job.
Right.
Yeah.
And
It is
then-
a hustle.
Oh, right.
And then look
In
at it that way
America.
too.
In
Because
America.
insurance and all of them things,
Yeah.
you have to pay for that yourself if you're an artist. And this is where these monies should be coming from.
Watch
and
out.
then you can pass it on to your next generation and make
I
it
will
keep-
interject a little
You know what I'm
bit.
saying? As far
I
as
will
it's
interject
concerned,
a
yeah.
little bit to say this.
Right.
In America, the music business or in Europe, it is a business.
Yeah.
So you can actually go to the bank as an artist and get a loan. It is a business.
It is.
The problem in Jamaica, it is a hustle. And nobody wants to fix the hustle into a business.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. That's
so
true.
because of that, we don't have pensions. We don't have social security. We don't have not even an attorney. to represent us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So we do have an attorney, but they represent themselves.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, definitely.
What I'm saying is this: breaking down what is a PRO
Mm-hmm.
and also what is the next level, which is a publisher,
Mm-hmm.
a publishing company plus a publisher. So the publisher, as what Chekx just stated, it's best in this normal time where everybody, unless you're busy
Yeah.
and you really don't have the time to do none of that, you go sit down and write down your song and give all the information and send it over to a publisher and say, yo, take care of this to me. And you pay him. But this is what you will see when you get back your statement.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you won't see the first one, but you see the second one.
Exactly.
The first one first take a cut off. What it is, Chekx?
It's a co-publishing deal. I'm gonna take off of your publishing straight
Right.
when you sign up with a publisher. If you have an actual person that's gonna be doing publishing for you, let's say,
That's an
Plus-
individual.
they have to, own your copyrights in order to collect these works for you.
Mm-hmm.
So no longer you own the copyrights within them because you signed that deal, that contract. Whenever you sign it, that's what it is. You understand?
I have a question. So, for instance, you sign up with a publisher already,
Mm-hmm.
like somebody who collect your publishing.
Mhm.
You can, what you call it? What is that word? Terminate the contract
Of
with
course,
them and
yeah.
then.
But you're the boss, you know.
Hold
You are
on.
the boss.
So let
It's
me ask you
your
a
brand.
question. You don't know all this time say people that work for you?
Yeah, man, definitely. But I'm just saying, I just want to know, say, all right, if you terminate contract with them though, automatically are they supposed to just turn over everything?
Yeah.
Yes, they're supposed to. So what is supposed
Turn
to
it
be
over
now?
to who? You?
Once you set it up, or if you're gonna send it to someone else. So when you terminate the contract, upon agreement, you guys should have agreement to say, all right, all of the works are gonna be sent over from them to either you or that other publisher. If you decide to go to someone else, if you don't want to do it for yourself, you understand? So that's just how it works.
All right. Stick a pin right here now. We are now talking about the transformation between your PRO, publishing company, plus publisher. Let me exalt the publisher a little bit.
Right.
Because, like all me now who have my own publishing, I mean, I need no publisher.
Yeah.
Thanks to Chekx. Because
Yes.
many years ago, Chekx helped me to fix this. Because Chekx saying, you're losing money. You're not making money. You're giving away money.
Of course.
Majority of it.
I think I do the same.
But
Me need to
tell
change
you
it.
what, not to stray a little bit too off topic, but right now in America alone, there's $0.5 billion of unclaimed royalties for reggae and dancehall artists and producers and all of them people that hasn't registered these works properly to claim their royalties too.
Yes.
There's a lot of money out there sitting and waiting. I know a lot of our, elders and a lot of our veterans that passed and gone and
They
didn't
feel the
get to
money
set
tie
that
up.
that could have
Yeah.
passed on to them youth and build. Those are the monies that is supposed to help build our industry because we were supposed to understand the business. So that's why I really believe that it is, in order to make this change for our industry, it's going to take each of us to really look inside ourselves and say, it starts with us and we have to practice these principles of business. Because it is a business. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Yeah.
All right. So I am very happy and I like where it's going. And of course, Chekx, you are a person yourself, get involved, start doing music, start becoming an artist. Why?
All right. Well, I've been around music a long time.
I know.
I've been around a lot of artists and stuff. So I used to, freestyle my little bridging them. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, I was around, Sizzla Kalanje. I was in Portmore. You know what I'm saying? Around Highway and a lot of different artists. I've been around a lot of artists. So, when they're around artists, I got all the vibes.
Yeah.
And from them, I really play, oh, yo, DJ something too.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
all
saying?
a
And
vibe
then
too.
they support, like, all their bridges, them. You know what I'm saying? We might have a lot in common, but there's always going to be things where me feel like when I want to say.
Right.
And like my favorite artist, would I want him sing that song, yeah. But him not do it. Some of us feel, all right, then we can try. Let me do it because I have a perspective from what I believe and how I, think, the purpose why we have life through God.
All
so,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
So you decide that you wanted to just do the music.
Yeah, man.
At that moment, did you have the knowledge that you have now?
Yeah, so that's what I said. All right, I moved from Jamaica about 6 years ago. And from the moment I went there, right, that's even before I became an artist, I set up, I register a record label, E7E Music. Big up to Wayne and Cortez, my partners in Sweden. So I registered that there, and they was doing the production side. So I realized, all right, it's my responsibility now to go and learn about the business of the music long before I even became an artist, because I put out a couple of projects and stuff. And I was the one that had to do the split sheet, do all the registration for these songs, you know what I'm saying? Involving the marketing and the promotion process,
Right.
Everything else. But we don't want to stray too much from point.
Yeah.
But I understood it because I know that was my responsibility.
Okay.
To understand
So we agree that the responsibilities of an individual should learn.
Exactly.
So we as artists should really sit and take the time out to really learn this thing called music business, because no matter who you get to work for you still have to know.
Yes, man, definitely.
And you don't have to even get to know the technicalities of it. It's just the basic about it. Because in life, knowledge is the most basic stuff.
Right.
Because when I go to university and them I use these big words, when I break it down, you go back to a small one and you understand. But they just use these words. So it is our responsibility to understand the basic parts about how it works. You don't even have to get too technical in it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
At least the basics. You know what I'm saying?
So
very important.
we have a couple minutes left, and we want to use it really wisely. Attacking these topics and these different levels. So we talk about the PR, we talk about the publishing. Now we talk about the publisher, and what is the next thing?
All right, so we're going to talk about the publishing administration now.
That's what I
difference
want
between
to
the
talk
publishing administration and the publisher. So the publishing administration, you own your copyright. You register with them just like a PRO. You know what I'm saying? They're a society. So you register with them, and what they will do is some of them, they'll take like from 20 to 15% of your publishing, or 10%. It depends. You have different ones. You have a lot of different ones out there, right? So when you register with them, what they do is you own the copyright. So now you are your own publisher, but you're just getting them to administer your publishing company that you register with the PRO. So and then what they will do is they will register the songs for you. So once you give them the information, they register the song, and it goes into your PRO and goes under your publishing company. And if they don't go out there and do their work and find their money, they won't get anything either. So it's better that when you sign a publishing deal with a man, and then they might be doing using different companies where I take majority of money, or them have to, because some publishing companies, you have to pay them to do the work before you get the money. I don't want that.
Right.
You set it up in a way that they get their percentage after they go and do what they have to do, and then pay you your percentage and just keep theirs. And then they will register also globally with the rest of 256 PRO in the world. So whichever PRO you're a member of, majority of the time they only deal with their territory. So let's say BMI just really deals with, you know what I'm saying, America.
Yeah, because every territory is different and have different laws and rules.
So with the PRO now, with the publishing administrator, they register your songs in all the 256 different PROs across the world. So anyway your song play at China, them can see it, find it, redirect it to you. So they'll pay you your publishing within that account. You understand what I'm trying to say? And then they'll pay your performance royalty will go directly to you from your PRO. So that's how it works.
So talk after
when you register
with a publishing administration, right? You'll have to put in the same information on the split sheet that I tell you that you have to set up with the PRO. You have to put that in. Right. So if you don't have a publishing company, you can tell them that you don't. But why I recommend setting up your own publishing company is because of tax purposes and because it's business. So as Melody was saying, like in America, they have that, and that is how you set that up for yourself. Because once you have your own company now, you can get a bank account for it, let the money go in there as a business. Once you start building, you can take money from out of that and invest in yourself. And market and promote or for projects or whatever you want to do, shoot videos, whatever, and then you pay back less tax in Spanish because it's for business anyway. So it's for tax purposes.
It's for tax purposes.
You know what I'm saying?
There is no escape route for taking a shortcut within business. You can take a shortcut, but then you'll be getting a shorter pay cut.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, you're going to eat up all the resources, but then your pay going short still, because you still have to go pay it back in every way you take it. I have been one of those kind of artists from day one who have been investing in myself. My first major success, I recognize that I need to do some things and I need to learn fast because I was working for people and I wasn't getting paid. Everybody else I wear new clothes and my own still, the sun burn out my clothes color, and I still can't buy a shoes, and I still can't do some, I still can't that. So that actually got me start thinking. I was like, wow, you got a new car. You know, I'm working, but I can't get a bus fare to go home at night.
Right.
What's the difference? So when I go to the producer and I said to him, say, you know, I have a talk with you because, you know, I understand where I'm going. And, you know, I mean, it's over a year now and I don't see any royalties coming back from it. Because back then, you just think about royalties. You're not thinking about all the rights that you are publishing and all of that. You just want to see a statement.
Right.
Can I tell you, I have never seen a statement in a Jamaica.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I don't know of any artists in Jamaica who have ever seen a statement.
Well, it depends on what kind of statement.
Well, you do get a verbal statement. You get a hands-on statement. It means that, well, you know, so a little thing come in the bank there, you know, and not much still, but all the 2 bills here. And you look on it and you say, 2 bills. Yeah, so I can't see no paperwork. And if the moment you start asking about paperwork, that's when you're in a problem.
Oh, God.
You just sacrifice your career.
No, just as a thought that though, Melody, I want to ask.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
I want to ask Chekx a question.
Yeah.
What is the right you have as an artist, or how should it go then? If you do a song with a producer.
We have 6 minutes.
And him license out that song.
Right.
Right? So when him license out the song, him get an advance or a money then, so to speak.
Right.
Is it true that him should at least come back and say, boy, artist, you are a part of the song, you are what make this happen to, because your song.
No need to explain all of that to you, because you entitled to
exactly.
it.
Yeah, so
because from the split
it's just
sheet,
that you don't know from the split sheet.
Exactly. That's
and
a 50%.
whatever you own,
you're supposed to get from
you're supposed to get it.
That's why you're supposed to have that from the get-go. That is why I start there.
No, but
So
here the
it
thing
goes
is,
back to the basic of the same thing.
The same
as I
thing.
was saying.
No, you're so nice. Let me put it because I don't want to seem like you're attack. Or
Yeah.
you know so.
No, you mean,
You understand?
I know what you mean.
but as Chekx said earlier, and I don't want to even bend it over. Chekx said earlier in the conversation that most of these producers back in those days never even know the business
themselves. Them sell out
No,
everything.
So everything, them sell it.
Yeah, them sell it and them get a thing, but them fi come give you some of what them sell to. But them no give you none.
No, but them not feel like you're entitled to it. Because them not do no business.
And them never have no paperwork. I
feed them thing.
You know,
another thing.
All right, when I look in the repertory database, how much producer I see register to them own artist song.
Exactly.
All right, for instance, Cargo. Him and my wife come check me in New York, right? When the whole case, because I was the one who helped him with that and teach him and my wife about the publishing, Francine. You know what I'm saying? When I looked at his stuff and those songs, what happened with that case? That guy registered every single song. And I feel him name and give Cargo nothing, not even a writer.
There you go.
So when I went into the repertory database, I could have shown him that. And remember, he did that to him and then went and sued him. He counter-sued back the guy. Because whenever majority of the artists them here, you know, you talk to a producer and them from them about lawyer and so on, them are going for back off of your own rights. That is why you better make sure you understand at least a basic and know what you're supposed to get.
Well, me will get to the crunch
First
of my
time
matter.
you're
I don't know. Try to tell you. Me will get to the crunch of my crackers. No, me will get to the crunch of my crackers.
Then I'm saying,
as Mr. We talk off the year.
Melody say what? 6 minutes left. Yeah. And then, all right, so with the publishing administration, they collect mechanical royalties for you. As I said, there's 13 different type of royalties broken down into categories, performance, publishing and mechanicals. And, you know, you have sync royalties and all of that. And it's a whole heap. So we have to go continue these conversations.
The conversation will extend, you know.
Yeah,
this
so if you want to
really
keep me on the show so I can go and talk a little bit, because I want to help people too. And as I say, I have a course.
No, hold on a second. Before you go there, I don't
Yeah.
want you to go too fast. The reason why I brought you on this platform is because we've been talking for a long time. I said, Chekx, you know, you need to start do a little bit more for the industry and help some of these artists to really understand what's happening. And, you know, fortunately, like, you and I was just talking.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I see you put out something on Instagram, part 1 for this, part 2 for this. And it's just like a full course of crash course of what people need to do, especially if you're in the music business. We have to continue this conversation to go through the nitty-gritty of the different registrations that a person should do with a song before you actually put out the song.
Exactly.
So we have a couple minutes, so we are going to touch on it slightly, and then we will extend the conversation. Because this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, man. Everything that we've been talking about, guys, is just from the composition.
That's it.
I don't want to touch the sound recording part, because that's a whole different thing with really part of different societies, you know what I'm saying, and collecting agencies over there too. So we'll talk about that too, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, and that is where sound exchange comes in, because sound exchange is just like a PRO, you know what I'm saying? But it is like, you know, for the sound recording that collects the royalties from non-interactive radio station. These royalties are called digital performance royalties and other royalties too, you know what I'm saying? So that's another 50% of what you definitely have to have. It's a part of the basic. And then there's registrations out there for hit the billboards, to hit the Grammys, to put your stuff in licensing database so people can reach out to you for advertisement. It's just registrations. It's just registration. And all of these registrations help you to collect all your 13 different type of royalties.
Wow.
Me not done chat, but me only want to say, thank you very much, Mr. Melody, for me. And honestly,
no, I couldn't have missed out on this opportunity.
This travel I made was well made, because at least me get to meet the person in person who is going to take me further.
And let me tell you something.
From this day,
Chekx is not one of those kind of guy. You know, a lot of times I'm trying to get Chekx to say to Chekx, say, you know, you can ignore it. Okay. To say to Chekx, say, Chekx, you know, you need to charge for this time, you know. Even me, like, I would call Chekx and we'll be talking like for maybe 2 hours on the phone.
Yeah.
And he's at work. And I said, Chekx, you know something? I have to go send a thing come here, because this is too much. And it's not like I don't know the business. It's just that the intricate part of the business, which is the inside to the nitty-gritty.
Right.
That's where I get sidetracked. And a lot of things I didn't know until me and Chekx start have these conversations. Chekx come, reach a New York, Chekx come at my hotel, and we sit down and talk for 2 hours before my show. And I said, Chekx, but you know something? You need to start charge for this kind of service.
Yeah.
But Chekx is the type of person, he wants to help the music industry because this is his own music.
Right.
Reggae music,
man, that is what it is, man. That is what it is, most definitely.
So he definitely wants to help the industry. He wants to help persons to be successful. So for more information, anybody at all who wants to get in touch.
Because majority of, I just see it as the basic part. So this is why I'm putting out this information out there, because this is what everybody needs to know. And for me, I have my label, I have my entertainment company. I want to do the business professionally when I'm working with other people too. Yep. So whenever I'm link up with someone, if they don't have this, then I can't work with them, and I won't.
Exactly.
Until me sit down and help them to fix it. And sometimes I don't really have the money up front or whatever the case might be. And I'm not going to, I want to progress and move forward. As long as you're willing to learn and grow, we can come to an agreement and put paper, because it's contract and agreements. So, but you put everything on paper.
Yes.
Because it's a business. And then that's all you have to understand. So I work that way, you know what I'm saying? And I really want everybody to know, so we can really do the business professionally, and that's how we're going to fix our industry. Because when you look at Jamaica, you don't see we have no major publishing company. No major nothing.
Not set up.
Everything we have to outsource. Industry. You understand? And look to the international market. And this is why
the next thing again is that thing again is that Jamaica doesn't have the platform. In other words, we don't have a market. So we don't have people who are buying music. What we have is people who are stealing music.
Right.
So therefore, there's no market. We can't sell anything. Yes, you have Dynamics and you have Tough Gang and this, but their music don't sell in Jamaica. I ship it out. But no, we're in a digital age, which is the next phase that we'll talk about on part 2 and so on. Right. Gentlemen, the music business is wide. I have my engineer here / producer, Famous, and he's knowledgeable to a point. But the reason why I want you to come on this program is because I know you have a lot to offer. And I know many of us, like me and a lot of us in the music business, act like we rich and we understand everything and we flashy and all this, but don't snuff out. Because the bigger part of the business gone left
We don't have
way.
an idea of it.
God left way.
True.
Thank God
knowledge
for
is
Papa
power,
Jesus.
Knowledge is
That-
power.
that so for the next 2 minutes, I normally don't roll over my time, but I mean, DJ Shem will understand that this is a very important topic and we need to discuss it a little bit more. Explain to me, Chekx, how people can be able to find you, artists themselves, to find you, in other words, to talk to you some more about this, and maybe and them can work out a deal. My
Yeah, man,
thing
most definitely.
is that working with you, I always propose, I say, Chekx, I want to give you a percentage of what you're doing for me. Because
Right.
it's the way, if you don't have cash, in other words, because most artists, don't approach professionals, because them do have the upfront money.
Right.
To pay.
Right, that's true, yeah.
But they don't realize that they can also offer percentage.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what I do. I like, based upon the agreements and the person, I just take a small percentage to do all the registrations for them. But I teach them
That's
all the
the
basics
thing.
so they can see everything. So, if I'm not doing my work, all they have to do is to log in and look, and they can see that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. You understand what I'm trying to
Yes.
say? So, I don't want to be working for you and you're blind towards what I'm doing. I want you to
No, make no
understand that it's
sense.
basic so you can see it. So there's transparency, there's honesty. I have integrity. I'm a work with good morals. You know what I'm saying? These things are very important.
Chekx and I was
You know what
talking.
I'm saying?
So how do we get? If
Yeah.
Ask, so me me can't get it because you're there saying so.
Right.
Who are you dash
Yeah,
it
man,
out?
so you can find me on Instagram. I have Chekx is my entertainment page. Chekx Music. It's spelled differently from the
MUSIC.
from the company name is Chekx MUSIC on Instagram also. I'm also on Facebook, same thing, Chekx ENT and Chekx Music. You can also find me at my website, cheksmusic.com, chekxmusic.com. You know what I'm saying? And all my contact details are there. So once you find me on there, my number is there, my business number there, everything, you can link me up and what can reason. And we can assist,
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
like
saying?
that. This is really inspiring, and it's also like a forum here. Of course, we're on YouTube, and of course, we're streaming live on YouTube as well. And I just want the listeners and the viewers to know that we're quite interested in helping to fix what is broken. And this is part one of fixing what is broken. The knowledge, the information, and that will help us to move forward in terms of seeing growth and development in our industry, which is called music business in Jamaica. I thought you put it on silent, But big up to Valentine. Of course, Mr. Reed is in the house. Two great friend of mine. Buddies,
Greetings.
Yeah,
Big up
man.
to
Yeah,
everybody,
man. So we just have to say big respect and thank everyone today on Shem Music FM for joining us and a big talk, which we call the music talk and the business talk of music. You can find us here every Wednesday. Stay tuned for part 2, because no matter what Chekx in our world, him have to join.
Yeah, man, no problem, man.
You know much time Chekx in our business truck. With the power phone that talk for hours. No, man, you can't go and talk. Them are ready for me, man. But good. Seriously, like religiously. So at the end of the day, we want to thank everyone for joining us here and Shem Music FM here. We really, really thank you, Hawkeye, for sitting in and ask the questions as
Give
well.
thanks, man. Every time
Really
is a pleasure.
appreciate it.
Thanks
Really
for having
appreciate
me.
it. Give thanks.
No, man, respect, give thanks, bless up, yeah.
Chekx!
Girl, I want you to know that you're beautiful.
Chekx!
And anything what you want, I gon' give to you.
Chekx!
Out shopping and to the movies too. Anything I gon' give to you. Get hotter than a boiling stew. And it fresh like the morning dew. The grip when you got tighter than glue.
Chekx, anybody ever tell you that you're in your own lane?
Well, yeah, man, I've heard it, you know what I'm saying? Well, because I'm inspired, you know what I'm saying, by so many different people. I take inspiration from everything, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing about me too, you know what I'm saying? And my brethren them are around me, like, whatever I see, I take inspiration from.
Great.
You know what I'm saying? And, even from you too.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've been doing some different type of music, see me again. But I'm just experimenting too.
Yes.
Because, you know what I'm saying, like, I just love it so much.
For real.
So probably later on, I'll go sing out some calypso. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who
Them
knows?
still make calypso or soca.
Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
Now we're in the age of Afrobeat now. Afrobeat, so you know that around the place and you know, of course, dancehall did it too, and reggae did it too, and R&B did it, and hip hop. But the prominent music now is really Afro. One of the things I like about my brother's music and sister's music back home in Africa is that this is where everything started for us, you know, drumming and everything. So when we see African dupes, them are going good, we have to feel good and know that was us and that is us.
Definitely.
You understand? We just do reggae, but them have the thing right now. Them are on the front page right now.
Right. Because as a producer, what I try to do most times is try to find an instrument from every different culture. Because for me, doing music, I want to break borders and, you know, really bring people together.
Definitely.
Because that's what I think, believe music should do. You know what I'm saying? So,
And that's how music created.
And that's how we music created. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Really glad to have you here.
love,
Chekx
Having us.
and Hawkeye as well.
yeah,
and
man,
Shem
big up to
Music
everyone.
FM.
Big up to the world, you know?
Respect.
Shem Music Radio Station, and we them a talk about